During your time at college, have you ever considered being a first time pet owner? Or have you been discouraged by this idea because you've been talked out of it from your parents or friends? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, you're probably aware of the many benefits that comes with owning a pet. So, before being talked out of this rewarding experience, you should first be informed of the many different aspects of pet ownership and the many different responsibilities that come with it. As a first time pet owner myself, I could tell you all about the amount of joy that my cat Boo Boo has brought to me. But I could also tell you about the many different responsibilities that I found out come with pet ownership and how that could be very difficult to balance with a busy college schedule. So, from my experience, I recommend that you fully assess your current situation to see if you're ready to be a first time pet owner. And that should include your living situation. That can also go hand in hand with your pet's physical needs, which can oftentimes be overlooked. So, as you may know, with specifically owning a dog, walking is involved daily. But many people don't realize the importance on their outdoor time and how that could be beneficial to their physical and mental health. So, it is recommended that they're walked twice daily, and the larger the dog, the more exercise is needed and the longer walks is necessary for them. And since many college students live in apartments and they are not allowed to leave their dog out for that essential outdoor enrichment time, it is often necessary for students to compensate that. So they may need to walk them even during those colder winter months. So that is also something to think about. So you may think that you might want to consider adopting a cat, which is more lower maintenance. But cats too crave a lot of attention, and cuddling them is not enough. So, like dog owners, cat owners should also allocate time out of their schedule to play with them so that they can stimulate them physically and mentally. So, say that your pet's needs or their physical needs are all met, then you also need to consider the funds to maintain their needs. And oftentimes, the veterinary care, the food, and the maintenance care costs do come as a shock to those first time pet owners. And they are usually aware of those initial pet costs, but then they underestimate the amount of financial stress that comes with the maintenance cost. According to Dr. Matt Mikas, a veterinarian who teaches at Washington State University's Veterinary School of Medicine, he says that the average annual pet care expenses for food, veterinary care, a license, and or other toys and treats run to almost $700 for dogs and more than that amount for cats. And because of a college student's low budget, they often opt for those cheaper food options for larger quantities, which can actually lead to your pet being more susceptible to certain health conditions. So, I recommend that a pet owner should thoroughly research different cat and dog food brands for their pet's well being. Now, say that you've considered all the different aspects of pet ownership and you decide to go for it. You decide to adopt your first new loved one. Well, there may be one more thing that you should do your research on. As a pre-veterinary student, I learned that from my veterinarian that certain dog breeds are more higher risk for certain health conditions than others. In this article I read called Dog Breeds with the Highest Chances of Health Problems, Dr. Jacqueline Bristler explains that many dog owners choose the dog breeds based on characteristics that fit their homes and their lifestyles. She says, an urban apartment dweller might prefer a mellow companion who doesn't require a lot of space and exercise, such as a French bulldog. But if that owner didn't do their adequate research, they would not have been aware that A French Bulldog, for example, is a very high-risk breed. And high-risk breeds are recommended to have preventative care as soon as possible, pet insurance, have their owners keep up with checkups, and keep an eye out on their symptoms and behavior changes. So as you can see, these are a lot of added on stressors on top of the many different responsibilities that pet owners already have. So since college students are usually notorious for irresponsibly taking care of their pets or returning their animal to animal shelters, I want you to ask yourself the question, am I well informed enough to make this big decision, and do I have the right resources to be a responsible pet owner? Because I want you to keep in mind that this is a very long-term commitment, and pets will likely outlive your university years. And as they say, to you, it's a season of your lifetime, but to them, it's their entire lifetime. So make it the best that it can be. Thank you.